It's kind of ironic that a man named Pirate Software is so against owning a game that you purchased. And ever since I made my last video on the guy, his reputation's been tarnished. Commentary YouTubers have been chewing him up and spitting him out, and I'm here to go for round 2. He's lost around like 100,000 subscribers on YouTube in 2 weeks, as well as 50,000 followers on Twitch in the past 20 days. All because he's so against the Stop Killing Games movement. And just a quick check-in on the petition here, it's at 1.3 million signatures, so keep signing it. Everybody keep doing it if you haven't yet. And I'm just gonna go through some quick updates of stuff that's happened since I made my last video. Some pretty crazy stuff. He got swatted, I'll get to that in a minute, but he also deleted this tweet, his response tweet. This tweet that he so smugly started with sup and ended with stay frosty and was supposed to make him the good guy again and be in the good graces of the internet once more. He ended up deleting it because it made his case look even worse. But he also had like a direct response on stream where he said, I'm
gonna be honest with you, I hope that your initiative gets everything that you ask for, but nothing, and I'll leave it there.
And I believe that's also the same stream where he mentioned and brought up him being swatted twice in like 2 days, as well as receiving death threats, and someone made a funny little Wojak of him too. But to get back on topic, here's some clips of him talking about getting swatted.
Tuesday. I don't give a shit what you think. In the middle of the stream, about 9 a.m., I got a bunch of phone calls to my phone. They left a bunch of voicemails of shit saying, your time has come, in like a giant screeching voice, and then we got swatted. But
and the person that posted this on Twitter, they have, they're kind of like going through and disproving the things that he's been saying about the swatting. Because it's just a word of mouth, and recently he's been known, not just recently, but he's been known to be a little bit of a fib teller, a little bit of a liar pants on fire. So they posted some comments here from just another random person saying that the 11-hour stream is up from Tuesday, and at no point does he change his mood, mute, or anything that would suggest that he got swatted on his stream. But of course, take everything with a grain of salt. It's just a he said, she said situation here. And then another chatter claimed to have submitted a FOI request with local law enforcement, and it says they're required to provide call audio, body cam footage, dispatch logs, etc. upon request. We'll get a response within 5 days. And that was 3 days ago, so I don't know if there was a response.
why is that such a touchy subject? Because they tried to murder me with police on Tuesday, and then again on the 4th. That's what swatting is. Why would it not be a touchy subject? Pull your head out of your ass.
Yeah, so his claims is that he got swatted twice in 2... Oh, I almost stood up. My pants aren't on. Anyways, twice in 2 days getting swatted is a bit of a... It might be a record, honestly. And then they follow that up with a clip from his stream the day after July 4th, recounting and recapping the events of what happened, saying he got drunk with his friends on the 4th.
Yesterday, they came over. It was Winky and his 2 friends. And then we went to a chef store. And then we bought a bunch of ingredients in order to make beef stew, which is super tasty, right? And then we all got drunk on rum. Because 4th of July is one of the 2 times a year I will drink. It's 4th of July and also on January 1st, so New Year's.
And he also shows a receipt for the cost of everything that he bought on like July 4th, and the date is on obviously July 4th with a time of 14:34, which is like roughly 2-ish p.m. o'clock. So they posted that here and said it looks like it must have been another morning swatting, which I don't know to make heads or tails of that situation personally. I don't think there's enough evidence to sway either way. The only thing that would prove it for sure set in stone is if that person ever posted an update about if they were able to get the information from the police station, the local police station, about the swatting. But obviously, I mean, it's the internet, so people are just batshit insane. But obviously, no one deserves that kind of behavior inflicted upon them just because they don't support a movement. Even if they are obviously wrong and just an idiot, it's still crazy to try to just threaten their life. But also, fun fact, Minecraft creator Notch also disapproves of Pirate Software and his nonsensical ideas. And in which it's a reply to one of his other tweets where he said, "Hey guys, just got back to gaming after a brief break. Wait, why is there a Nepo baby doubling down over there?" The Nepo baby is Pirate Software, because if you didn't know, his dad used to work at Blizzard, and it's the reason he got a job at Blizzard in the first place. Which Pirate Software has admitted. Just verifying that, yes, this is what I was talking about. If buying a game is not a purchase, then pirating them is not theft. And yeah, that's the whole idea and the whole concept behind the Stop Killing Games initiative. If you buy a game, you should own it and be able to play it and enjoy it forever. And just to prove the point even further of why the Stop Killing Games movement is happening, Anthem, another game by EA, of course, another greedy game company, they're shutting down servers to Anthem on January 12th, 2026. And there's this whole Q&A from the BioWare team basically just saying after that date the game's not going to be playable, and they say why won't it be playable offline? Anthem was designed to be an online only title, so once the servers go offline the game will be no longer playable. And the top comment is, I wish they would enable offline mode or P2P. Yeah, that's exactly what the comment says. That's why EU citizens should sign Stop Killing Games. And this is what Pirate Software is fighting against. He doesn't want this to happen. He thinks it's a bad thing for whatever reason. Maybe possibly because he is a Blizzard employee at heart still. But the last thing I wanted to touch on is an update from my previous video on this dude, where he said that he was no longer working at Off-Brand Games because people were attacking the games and review bombing them, but people posted multitudes of times that they were not actually review bombing the games from Off-Brand Games. And that was just him covering it all up like a cat covering its shit just to say that he didn't get dropped by them, because they didn't get review bombed. It even got fact checked on Twitter saying that it wasn't getting review bombed. The only game that did get review bombed was his own game, which I haven't actually looked into it, but people are saying that it's just like a rip-off and a clone of Undertale. And I know it's kind of a meme to say it at this point, but it genuinely seems like he's an industry plant, like unironically. He posted a comment that doubled down even further on him hating the Stop Killing Games movement, saying, for those who don't understand what MYM is and are spamming the comments, this is a user-generated content game where you make dungeons that other people play in. Without a large player base, the game becomes instantly stale due to lack of dungeon variation. And then I'm going to skip through a little bit. Hosting it privately does not fix the issues, as it's designed with large-scale creativity in mind. You cannot preserve a game's true intention by saving the files. You cannot preserve the essence of a game like this with a small group of players. It needs thousands or more active players to give the actual experience. SKG cannot fix that problem. And the comment from the person that posted this makes a very good point, saying that the argument from him doesn't make sense when you consider games like Super Mario Maker has been preserved with all of its user-generated content preserved with it. And that's all I wanted to talk about. There's just a multitude of things that are going on right now. PirateSoft, a bunch of actual developers and stuff are going through and roasting his code and examining him through his job history and development hell, stuff like that. So, you know, other than that, go watch those actual good videos and I'll catch you in the next one.